on Local Connection. Winter is winding down in the heart of Vancouver, and we put on a pair of skates and we're tearing up the rink one last time.
Join us as we show you why March is fabulous in Metro Vancouver. And with the scent of spring already in the air, we're on a mission to help your love for our city reach its full bloom.
On today's show,
you do the crime, you gotta do the time.
Oh no.
1.
We're not letting you give up on your New Year's resolution to keep fit.
And from youth outreach to rescuing wildlife, you will be amazed by the exciting work of 3 of our local organizations.
See all this and more right now on Local Connection.
Hello and welcome to Local Connection, a show about the people and places that make the Lower Mainland a great place to live. I'm Sarah Hudson.
And I'm Sonja Grgar, and we're here at the outdoor Robson Square ice skating rink in downtown Vancouver. And before we get excited about spring, we're celebrating the last of the winter in our city.
But before we do, and while we try to avoid taking a tumble on the ice, our reporter Clayton Timko interviews a soccer player whose coordination puts the two of us to shame.
They've been called trailblazers and role models for a new generation of female soccer players. So what does it take to go from growing up in a Vancouver suburb to reaching the world stage as an Olympic athlete at London 2012? We're about to catch up with Canadian National Midfielder, Brittany Timko.
Laces tied, ball control skills in check, another day of training gets underway. It takes a lot to become a bronze-winning Olympic athlete, and it's something the Coquitlam native has dreamed of her entire life.
The Olympics are amazing. It's everything that you see on TV and so much more when you're there. It's really cool to see athletes from different countries competing in different sports and seeing kind of the triumphs and the lows. Initially, right when the final whistle blew, it was just kind of a childhood dream had been realized. You know, when you're 5, 6, 7 years old and you're seeing these other athletes compete at the Olympics and they're playing the anthem and the flag's being raised and you get a medal around your neck, it's something that just seems so surreal. And then when it's actually happening to you and everything's coming full circle, it's a pretty cool feeling.
But in order for her dreams to come true, a highly disciplined schedule must be maintained.
At a national level is a lot of sacrifice. I mean, because we're playing full-time, soccer is your job. So you're either on the field or you're in the gym, and when you're not doing one of those two things, then you're making sure you're eating right, you're getting enough sleep, and you're taking care of your body. So it's a full-time job even when you're not necessarily touching the soccer ball.
And it's that strong work ethic that helped take Brittany and her team to new heights.
As a team, you know, the year before we'd come last in the World Cup, and that was a really low point of my soccer career. And to pull together with a lot of the same group of players, and some that I've been playing with for 10, 11, 12 years, and to win Canada's first team medal since 1936, it was a great feeling, and it still continues to be a great feeling.
As the famous saying goes, practice makes perfect. And that's something Brittany understood from a very young age. Although the idea of having a women's national soccer team in the early 90s was unheard of, that didn't stop her from scoring her way to the top, one goal at a time.
With me, when I was 5 years old, I didn't really see it not happening. I only ever saw it happening. I told my parents I wanted to play soccer professionally, and this is what I was going to do. And it never really crossed my mind that it wouldn't be there. I just thought that as long as I worked hard, it would be there when the time was right.
Being in the public eye comes with its share of responsibility, but it's something Timko takes on with great pride.
I think it's a really big privilege. We've been doing a lot of appearances since we've been back from London, and a lot of them involve coaching or interacting with young girls, and it's really cool to see these girls that we were one time, you know? People, when you're walking the streets, say congratulations. You really inspired a nation this past summer with how you guys played.
After achieving such success this past summer, what is next for the proud Canadian?
Well, I'm getting married in August, which I'm really excited about. Hopefully playing in the 2015 World Cup in Canada. So I only see soccer in Canada going up and competing with the best teams in the world, and maybe hopefully soon being the best team in the world and being the team to beat.
And to help support the team on their next journey towards the World Cup in Vancouver, you can purchase an Olympic pillowcase signed by all members of the team by visiting the website below. For Local Connection, I'm Clayton Timko.
Thanks, Clayton. And perhaps we should trade in our skates for some cleats, Sarah. Do you think that might make us just a little more graceful on the ice?
Probably. But let's not give up just yet. And speaking of not giving up, let's check out how our reporter Lola Acala holds up when she's put through an exercise shredder.
Keeping a healthy lifestyle after the holidays and staying with it throughout the year is often a challenge for most of us.
So the holidays are over. We've had the turkey, we've had the stuffings, we've had the trimmings, we've had the lot. And for myself, I know probably so much more than I had any business having. And so what to do at this time of the year when we need to get back to a healthy lifestyle? What to do?
I'll tell you what to do. You're gonna start with 5. Drop it down, mama. Let's go, Lola.
Oh, God.
Down.
It's Tommy Euro.
You do the crime, you gotta do the time.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3. Come on.
Oh, God.
Good job.
God. Let's welcome to the show, star of reality TV series, The Bulging Bride and The Lost 10 Pounds, and voted the best trainer in Vancouver 3 years in a row, and CFL defense back. It's Tommy Europe.
Hello, hello. How you doing, Lola?
Welcome.
Thanks for showing up today.
It's the time of the year when we also look to our New Year's resolutions as a way to really help us achieve some of the goals that are important to us. But statistics has shown that really a lot of us lose that momentum really in the first few months of the year. For some, really in the first few weeks. So I'm sure you've seen this in your line of work. Tell us why you think this is, why a lot of people seem to lose that momentum.
Well, there's something I like to say when I'm with my clients and doing big boot camps is don't talk about it, be about it. So a lot of people that make these New Year's resolutions, they don't write them down. So once something difficult happens, either they get sick or they're busy with work or something else will come in to interrupt their flow. They don't get back on track and they wait till the next year and say, next year is going to be the year that I'm as fit as I can be. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't need a lot of equipment. You don't need any equipment. And today, you're gonna see her doing some exercises at home. This is our home right now, right?
Yes, it is.
And you can make it happen. And I created a video just for that purpose. That's all body weight. And make sure you remember 4 weeks to a new you.
Oh, God.
Not very many people like doing burpees.
No, I see why.
Deep inhale, deep exhale. Time's clicking, come on. Happy New Year to you.
Tommy Europe. Oh.
Something tells me Lola's gonna sleep real good tonight.
I think so. How many?
It's time. How many are you gonna give me?
Oh my God. So painful, I can feel my knees shaking.
Last one.
Okay. Oh my God.
And great job. How did that feel?
Okay, again.
You alive?
Not very good. Wow, so it's been a great time having our Fitness with Tommy Europe. If you would like to fitness train with Tommy or get your corporate team in boot camp or just fitness with him at home with one of his Shred hardcore programs.
2 places you can go. 4weekstonewyou.com is a lot of the exercises that we did today, all body weight. And then you can also go to TommyEuropevip.com, which is like your online membership. And you get me as your personal trainer.
Good. It's pretty good.
So remember, always stretch and just keep it moving. For Local Connection, I'm Lola Acala.
Thanks, Lola. Wow, I'm not sure I would have been able to keep up with Tommy as well as you have, but you've certainly inspired me to keep fit.
And there are plenty of inspiring stories still to come here on this episode of Local Connection at Robson Square, so stay tuned. After the break, an amazing organization that reaches out to Ugandan youth.
And putting the cool factor into learning science.
Don't touch that remote. Local Connection will be right back. Welcome back to Local Connection.
We're standing here in front of the Vancouver Art Gallery at the heart of Robson Square, home of some exciting and diverse art exhibits that continue to inspire us on a regular basis.
And inspiration is very much at the heart of our next story. Local Connection's Matt Gilroy profiles an organization that reaches out to youth in Uganda, Africa, through music, art, and sport.
The Bavubuka Foundation is a non-profit organization based here in Vancouver that's trying to give a voice to Ugandan youth through music, fashion, and art. Last fall, I had a chance to catch up with its founder, Silas Balabakubo, at a fundraising event at Jericho Beach.
I'm on the next journey to travel, to liberate the mind. I feel the calling is divine to uplift my soul higher, give praise to whom the praise is due. Exercise in the spiritual to maneuver through in the physical. How many wars or more? How many show love so the purpose to live got cause and effect? Rhymes written.
The whole vision behind this is to be able to empower young people on the continent to reconnect to the definition of their true self and be able to manifest their own visions and dreams in their own context.
My name's Silas Balabakubo. I'm the founder of Bavubuka Foundation, a foundation that was established, through music and hip hop and media. So our original mission was to empower the youth voice in Africa. And we started to, change our vision a bit into providing spaces for expression for young people in the continent. So our big vision is to build the first historical state-of-the-art facility that showcases the power of indigenous communities and their capacity and ability to mobilize themselves to the arts, preserving their indigenous culture, their language, and the power of their heritage. And so that's what Bavubuka overall stands for, empowering the seed of self-transformation and within individuals to stand up not only for self but for their communities.
My name is Ben Newman. I met Silas at the Anza Club and just said to him, yo, I want to be involved. And he said, come to Africa. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that means. And he said, well, let's talk about it. He said, well, tell me about your background. So I was saying, I'm interested in sports and I played soccer for 20 years. And he went, oh, I got it. He's like, we have a soccer academy called the McKinjay Soccer Academy. And it would be perfect to have you come over and work with the academy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going over to work with the academy and work with the kids and work with the coach and see if I can help benefit the academy itself using my knowledge, my skills.
Vancouver Fashion Week was history for Uganda and history for Africa. The first time African young youth from Bavubuka Foundation and Bavubuka Dynasty was able to live Africa for the first time and showcase the power that we are talking about through the platform of fashion, to the world. And he got a huge standing ovation that he had never seen before, not even in his own country. This creative ability of transformation is part of the healing process that the kids in the continent need to use to awaken themselves, to educate themselves better, to find ways of being a part of solutions in their own communities. In the true spirit of what we're doing, this is not charity, this is living.
That was truly touching. Thanks, Matt.
We're at Robson Square. And you know, Sonja, the dome covering the skating rink behind us with the changing lights reminds me of another landmark in Vancouver.
Oh, I think I know what you're thinking of. Vancouver's very own Science World. And our reporter, Joanne Lohr, takes us in for a special tour.
Here at Science World, Local Connection got a chance to experience the hundreds of galleries and exhibits this Vancouver Interactive Museum has to offer. Science World's Brian Anderson tells us more. What kind of programs do we have here?
We have programs in the building for all age groups. We have Big Science for Little Hands and Preschool Curiosity Club for the very young people of 3 to 5-year-olds. We have all of our school programs and school workshops for school-aged kids, and a lot of things for the high school groups. We do something called Opening the Door, which is a career networking event. We do things, Future Science Leaders, where we bring top students in science, show them how to get into careers in science and technology. A lot of our newer exhibits are actually about sustainability and how we can work together to use less energy or be more efficient in the choices we make.
As well as sustainability, Science World covers a variety of topics, one of which is the human body.
We're looking at the systems in the body, but in more kind of a carnival atmosphere. So there'll be different games or something like an oversized version of the operation game where if you don't put things together fast enough, the whole thing blows up at you.
So it's very interactive.
Very interactive, yeah.
Brian, what is this big hippo here?
This hippo is a big heavy weight, is our load on the end of the big lever. And here we're showing people how you can use a simple machine like this to make yourself feel that much stronger by using the fact that if you slide where you pull on the lever out a little bit further, it becomes easier and easier to the point that even a little child can lift our 400-pound hippopotamus.
If I do this all day, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a big workout out of this. Ugh. Imagine the face of someone who gets the science behind something. Do you see that often?
You see that. You have a little bit of a revelation. For me, it's often a reverse, too, that we'll have a kid come up in an exhibit I think I understand perfectly. A 5-year-old will ask me that probing question and realize, wow, that's a really great question. I don't
and they
really...
knew it all along. Oh,
well, they didn't know it, but they get me thinking about it in a new way.
We just experienced the magic of Science World, and we're here in Vancouver. We have an awesome view. We also got to check out the geodesic dome right here at the World of Science. For Local Connection, I'm Joanne Lohr. This is very interesting.
Thanks, Joanne. I never knew that science could be so creative.
Me neither. I think next time I want to have some fun, I'll just head straight to Science World and also learn a thing or two along the way.
Sounds like a plan. Stay tuned, because after the break, we'll have more from Robson Square here in downtown Vancouver.
After the break, the inspirational and the irresistible Adam Beach.
And rescued wildlife with a showbiz career.
Don't go anywhere. Local Connection will be right back.
Dear Children's Wish Foundation of Canada, thank you for sending me Rory the Lion. That means I'm going to get my wish, and that makes me really, really happy. Yesterday he was sad, but I told him, it's okay, Rory, only 2 more needles until my wish. I will send you pictures from the top of the Rocky Mountains. Love, Emily.
Imagine the difference a wish can make. Click on childrenswish.ca and give today.
Welcome back to Local Connection.
We're here at the closing eve of the Robson Square outdoor ice rink, and there's nothing that quite cures a rainy Vancouver evening quite like a hot chocolate. And this comes in really handy right about now, Sarah, because I think I'm catching a bit of a chill.
I know I am. But coming up next, Maria Rozo interviews a man who knows a thing or two about braving the cold, since he plays the lead on CBC's hit series Arctic Air.
Hello everybody, right now we're here on set with Adam Beach from CBC's Arctic Air. Hi Adam, how are you?
Hello Maria, welcome to Arctic Air.
Oh, thank you for your time. First of all, give us a little summary. How did you get into acting?
Oh man, I started acting in high school. I was 14 and me and my friends decided the only class we could all participate in was drama. And when we got in there, we just wanted to be silly, beat each other up, play ninjas. I was the one that stuck to it. I grew up in Winnipeg, and you know, when you listen to the statistics of Native people where I was growing up, we were not to succeed. And I found acting being drawn toward the idea that I could be somebody else. I could be other characters. I'm sorry I wasn't clear with you.
Adam's journey was not an easy one. Both of his parents passed away when he was only 8. Another challenge was trying to make it in Hollywood as a minority, but he never gave up.
When you look at Hollywood and the message of Native Americans or Native Canadians or just Aboriginals, whatever title you want to give them, the minorities in entertainment just aren't part of the piece of the pie. I've never allowed the word stereotype to determine my success, allowing myself to not play a victim to the box or the statistics that was mentioning, you know, Native people are, you know, drunks, they're low-income families, they're stuck on a reservation. I never explored that idea because I lived it. I was a part of it. I wanted to be something greater. I wanted to be the big chief, the leader of a nation.
Adam has indeed become successful, not only in acting but also in helping others. He owns the Adam Beach Film Institute, which is dedicated in helping Aboriginal youth pursue a career in film, an online cable network, and 10 channels dedicated to the voice of Aboriginal people.
Now let's talk a little bit about Arctic Air. So what is the show about?
Arctic Air is an action adventure following a family that owns an airline company, and they service the North. I think it's a beautiful show. It's drama, comedy, and shares the beauty of Canada, the North. They won't have to after we modernize. My character Bobby is very charming, very optimistic.
Bobby also has a business degree from Vancouver. He returns home to help out a struggling airline that his dad once owned.
I always put myself in a bad situation and in the end come out clean. It's about determination. He's determined to help out and make it the best company ever.
What does the show mean to you?
The show is very personal because in my day-to-day life, I do outreach to communities. I visit communities to deal with suicide issues, to inspire hope, passion, and my story of growing up and succeeding really inspires a lot of kids. And this TV show reaches a lot of communities in the North that have a lack of infrastructure to economically grow. And I want the kids watching another Native man on television succeeding, determined, moving forward, to inspire them to find the passion in themselves.
Remember to watch Arctic Air on CBC on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Season 2. Adam Beach, everybody.
Thank you.
For Local Connection, I'm Maria Rozo.
Thanks, Maria. And I know that I, for one, am happy to tune into Adam Beach's performances anytime.
Me too. He's hot.
And be sure to also check out Local Connection's YouTube channel for an exclusive interview with Arctic Air's executive producer, Gary Harvey.
Take these shows through to completion, which it gives me both sides. So I can be on the floor, I can direct an episode.
We're here in Robson Square Gardens in downtown Vancouver.
Yes, the gardens are definitely not in bloom just yet. But though the plants might be asleep, the garden's feathered little residents, gulls, crows, and other birds are definitely awake and always ready to put on a show.
It's almost like a mini urban safari, complete with panhandling pigeons. Up next, my co-host Sonja Grgar profiles a local organization that brings wildlife, animal rescue, showbiz, and conservation all together.
Do you think you have what it takes to, let's say, steer a large snake across a bridge at a movie shoot and then have the kind of commitment and compassion to take care of it for the rest of its life? If so, this is the place for you. Cinema Zoo Animal Talent Agency and Urban Safari Rescue Society are a unique organization in the Lower Mainland. The organization presents rescued animals as wildlife ambassadors at various educational events and then engages them in roles within the movies and the media industry in general to help pay for their upkeep. So come on, let's check out what this wonderful place is all about.
I'm on set to make sure that all the rules and regulations set forth by the SPCA and the American Humane Association are followed in the working of animals in film and TV. I'm also the only person I think that allows the owners to come. You need to know the nature of the animal, you need to know how to read the animal, and because they talk to you in many ways. Some spiders are non-aggressive, and most of the tarantulas are pretty friendly. The urban safari came along because I was rescuing so many animals. People were bringing them in left and right, and I was thinking, you know, this interested me more because I could educate people about this. The money that Cinema Zoo makes is money that we can donate back to urban safari to help feed and care and vet and all these animals. It's not like other rescue societies. Most of the other rescue societies work with animals that are native species to Canada. So when they get them in, whether they're orphaned babies or whether they're injured birds or whatever, once they're rehabilitated in those societies, they can be released back into the wild. Our animals can't be released ever.
Some of Cinema Zoo and Urban Safari's animals have an incredibly long lifespan, so taking care of them is truly a long-term commitment. Like Grandpa, the alligator snapping turtle, who is almost 100 years old.
These are the largest freshwater turtles in North and Central America. They grow enormous. You're talking about up to 250 pounds they can get.
Education and philanthropy are at the core of Cinema Zoo and Urban Safari's mission, and Gary runs countless presentations in local schools and children's hospitals.
There's kids that are in hospitals and correctional institutes and many other organizations that kids will never get to see these animals. So what I hope showing them is that it's going to inspire them to appreciate these animals a lot more. If one kid comes out of all the millions of kids I've seen over 25 years that turns out to work in an industry that might help save an endangered species, then my work's, you know, satisfying.
Cinema Zoo's 25-year history has left Gary with no shortage of interesting anecdotes from the set.
The lights dimmed and a spotlight came to the front door. Seconds prior to that, the cat wiped my feet out from underneath me and pounced on me like I was a mouse. Finally, somebody grabbed the chain. I stood still. I laid there still. The cat sort of thought, okay, he's not moving, I'll get up. And then the person pulled him off me. I stood up, I straightened my suit up, grabbed my attaché, grabbed the thing, and the doors open, and I walked in.
For more information about Cinema Zoo and Urban Safari, please go to the website below, or you can purchase Gary Oliver's book, Cinema Zoo, My Urban Safari, which is available on Chapters, Amazon, or your local library. For Local Connection, I'm Sonja Grgar.
Thanks, Sonja. That sounds amazing. I'm definitely going to take my kids there.
They will love it, Sarah. And we have loved sharing our stories from Robson Square, our little Farewell Winter, Hello Spring Vancouver postcard, special delivered to you, our dear viewers.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Local Connection.
We always like hearing from you, so if you have a story idea, contact us on our Facebook page, and be sure to check out our YouTube channel for past shows.
For Local Connection, I'm Sarah Hudson.
And I'm Sonja Grgar. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
That's all. I'm sure that'll listen to me as well. Yeah.